Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny, and this is Creating Crafts with Jenny. And so this is, I think, my third, pretty sure third. I know, time flies when you're having fun. My third video for Shein Paint My Number, because I know I bought, I don't know, a bunch of them. I think I bought six or seven of them. They were really cheap. I'm just kind of trying to. I have a pretty good stash of paint by numbers. I really do. I have some that are really old, and I kind of want to get into the old ones because I know that their paints are all dried up. Just to kind of go over with you guys how to, if you guys have like an entire paint by number where the paints are just totally gone and you need to replace all the paints, how to go about that sort of thing, so that it's not such a headache. I do want to go over that with you guys one of these days. I think that would be fun. So that it's fun, not a torture. Yeah. What kind of paints to use and what kind of paints to stay away from. Yeah. Okay, so back to Shein. And it's Shein. Yeah. So these two here, and I will show a picture wherever I have space. It looks like I'm going to have some space over here of what the picture looks like, that sort of thing, so you can get a really good picture of what I'm talking about. Most of them came folded, and this one's kind of semi-folded, that sort of thing. This one is a picture of, they're both flowers. I like flowers. I like flowers and cats and that sort of thing. I don't paint people. I just don't care to. I've painted one girl, but it was kind of a silhouette of a girl, and that turned out really good. But doing her skin, and even being in a silhouette, was really hard to do. But if you do skin tones, shoo, you know, and for the most part, blending is pretty easy to do. But blending on skin, it can it be done? Sure, it can be done. Is it hard to do? It is. And the eyes usually look really funky. And I always feel sorry for people who they have a photo, and then they take the photo and they send it to somewhere and they have a custom made, and then it looks crappy because of the eyes and the skin. It's like, and then they ask for help. It's like, I don't know, you know. I can't give you help there. I can give you help on just about anything else but those two things, because yeah, both of them are hard to do. They just are. The skin and the eyes, it's like, no, thank you. So anyway, flowers and cats and that sort of thing. I've always wanted to do the London scene thing, but it looks so detailed and so time consuming. I usually look at the picture and then I just go right on past it. But this one is a flower, and so it is a 40 by 50, and I spent $5.89. I bought these on January 31st, and they showed up on February 5th, so that came fairly quickly. And let's see what we got. I've got all kinds of goodies in here. The vacuum packed. Wow. It's the first one I've seen like that. And I will show the name of the company. And this one I can actually say. A lot of the companies I couldn't pronounce, or just look like a bunch of letters kind of run together. This is called Happy Painting Store. So I can say that. And so they sent me a guide, which is always nice, and some instructions, which is also nice. I have instructions, and I have vacuum packed paints, and they look pretty good. I do see some air bubbles, but hopefully they're okay. Hopefully they're okay. We will hope that they are. Some instructions in English and a lot of different languages. And then the traditional blue paintbrushes. And then I've got the canvas here. The canvas has a little bit of color on it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Which is interesting because the painting itself has a lot of color to it. See all the color that's on the painting? So there's a lot of blacks and reds and dark colors on it. So, yeah, by the time you get done, it's not going to look anything like this, that's for sure. So it's semi-folded, I would say. I imagine what I do is I put it under some cushions and lay it flat. Probably turn it upside down, lay it face down, and let some of the wrinkles get out of it. It may get ironed eventually. See, the paints are a little concerning. See these here. But we will hope for the best, and that's all you can do. Is hope that, see that? I don't know. I don't, like you said, you never know how old these are. And you don't know what condition the paints truly are until you get into them and open them up. And I probably won't paint on these for a while, so if I have to replace some of the paints, I can. The paints don't look like any unusual colors, so if you had to replace some of the paints 6 months to a year from now, these colors are common colors. I don't think that would be a problem if that should arise, but let's hope not. With the vacuum packed, that's usually a good sign. It truly is. So like I said, the name of the company was Happy Painting Store. It just took a few days to get here, and it was $5.89. I would say this one would be considered a beginner's, as long as you don't have a lot of issues with the paints. It's when you start having a lot of issues with the paints and having to replace paints and stuff like that, that's when it becomes more, when you need a little bit more experience, and maybe having to replace out paints and stuff like that. But if you don't have to do that, then I would say this would be pretty easy for a beginner to paint. That's just how it is. Yeah. So there's that one. So let me pull this one off, put it to the side, and keep my notes down here and all the. What I usually do is I'll do almost like a re-unboxing with these. Months from now and say, came from Shein or Shein and X, Y, and Z, and this is how old it is and that sort of thing. Probably should put a year on these, but I also had the videos, so that's okay. This one came from a different company within Shein, so I'll put the name of the company up here. I'm not going to try to say it. This one was $6.96, and I'll show a really big picture of it right here so you can see it quite well. And I'm going to post it off here. It's for me, for my notes. Here's a picture of it as the camera starts to focus. There we go. And let's see what they sent us. And we have paintbrushes. And we have paints. Again, I always look to see if this tag matches that. And if it does, I feel comfortable with it. This one definitely would be for a beginner. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's interesting. That's good. Splash of paint. Huh. I wonder if 20 red. No. Oh. Well, that's different. Huh. Well. Alright. looks dry. So I don't know where that little red dot came from. I don't know. The package looks fine. It does have a hole in it, but it's like a breathing hole of some sort. It looks like kind of like a little paint. I don't know if you guys can see. There. That's what I'm looking at. See? It has like a little smudge of red paint or something. And my camera wants to fall over. There it is. So, I don't know. I imagine I can paint over it. I don't know. 20 is like a beigey color and 11 is yellow. So we'll just do our best at covering those two colors up. Probably be okay. Anyway, that's a first. Something's already painted before I get to it. But I thought the picture was cute, and I think we can fix that. I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue. So there you have it. Here's the picture. Here's the paints. And like I said, there's really not that color red is not really in here. And these don't look like they're leaking or anything like that. The air bubbles don't look too bad in here. A few. Do the 16. With a little bit of air in it. 15 maybe. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Alright. So there's that. Alright, so that was Shein with a couple more paint by numbers, and I would say this would be an easy paint by number for a beginner, as long as they would be okay with that little red splotch right there that I'm looking at. The numbers are easy to see. The canvas is soft. What happens is with canvases that are rough, when you have lines like this in, I like the camera down here like this. See these lines here? But the good thing is that the canvas has lines like this also, is when you're painting and you're trying to stay within these lines, because this is a window, so you want your lines to be sharp. See how those windows are? You want that line to be sharp. If the canvas has a grain to it, when you take your brush down through that, the paint has a tendency to bleed into the canvas, and so regardless of how careful you are trying to get that straight line, the paint is like water. It will find, if there's a hole or something like that, or a crevice, it will find a place to go. This looks pretty good because of the way the grain in the canvas is going. It is kind of going this direction. If it was going the other direction, I would be a little more concerned, because you would be painting against the grain. And that is one of the issues that I'm having with my Amazon painting. Okay. So here's some, if I can show you. So here's a good example of it. See where I was trying to go straight along here, but because of the way the canvas is, that wanted to bleed into the canvas. Now I should have, and I didn't, I should have probably put some painter's tape along that line, but I was thinking, oh, it'll be okay. You know, my hands are still, thank goodness at 60 years old, my hands are still steady. But it was still kind of the paint was still wanting to kind of bleed into that. And I don't know if you guys can really see the grain. The grain is going this direction. So when I paint this direction, I'm actually going against the grain of the canvas. So when I'm painting it, it's harder to paint because I'm going against the grain. It's like going upriver in a small boat. So sometimes you're successful and it looks good. See, it's supposed to look, I mean, and it looks kind of grainy, and it looks like these plants are sitting on wood, and it's kind of like supposed to look like that. But it's hard sometimes to get the paint to really look like you want it to. And also, you get these white dots. And I didn't treat this canvas with anything. I didn't treat it with the gesso or Mod Podge or anything like that. So it's just paint on canvas. And then I've got my Timu canvas here, which is a little bit smoother, I think. And here's, and see the difference between, I don't know if you guys can see the difference between the two canvases or not. They're just, this one is smoother than this one. This one's rougher and this one's smoother. And just slightly different. It's weird because these two prints are supposed to be identical to each other, but yet they're different. So yeah, they look a little bit different. So, but yeah, this one is smoother. It's almost like it has been treated, and this one is just a little bit rougher. Just different. I don't know if you guys want to hear all that or not, but it's different. So yeah, I need to go another coat on this black over here. It's got a pretty sheen to it because it's so smooth. But I just need to put another coat on the black on that last little bit there. Sorry, the lights are showing that, but there's what that kind of looks like up close. So that's the Amazon and Timu differences there. I'm just going to put that in a different video. I guess we'll just put them at the end of this one. There you go. Alright, okay, so enough of that. Alright, so I'm going to get off here, and I've got another thing to do, and this camera just kind of did something weird, so I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to get off here and do some other things. What do I always tell you guys? Go out there. Be absolutely awesome. Do your thing, and I'll see you in my next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.